How is everyone doing today? And in this video, we are going to talk about, yes, the long-awaited Angel Beats celebration, I guess you could say, our collab that we've been waiting for since the beginning for Heaven Burns Red. And today, of course, I'm going to tell you what characters are coming, what they do as usual, and not only that, all the new stuff that we're getting with this celebration. Last time they posted this, it was a little bit skimmed through, I guess you could say, or very summarized, but now they gave us the full celebration details, so this is actually worth making the video for. And really quickly, before we get started with all this different type of stuff when it comes to all of the events, all of the new modes, everything that we're getting within this celebration, make sure to leave a like and also a sub. I'd appreciate it so very much. You probably watch a bunch of videos of mine and you probably haven't subbed. I'd very much appreciate it if you could drop a sub if possible. But let's go ahead and get straight into the Angel Beats collab. I'm very excited for this because this has been a very long-awaited banner for a lot of people, and I'm just very excited for y'all and of course for the celebration to start as well. So this is going to be our 180-day celebration with Yuri Nakamura, who's going to be fire, which is a breaker as well. But of course we're going to talk about that in a quick minute, how this is very important. And then we also have Kanade, who's going to be a light slash attacker. Now she is definitely going to be a character that is sought after for by a lot of people. And then we're also going to look at Miyuki, or Irie, that's how I'm going to say it for the most part, because apparently all three of these units are absolutely amazing. And I do have to look at the third unit because I don't have her pulled up, but talking about the characters specifically, which I have talked about them quite a bit when it comes to how strong these characters are, which is Yuri is going to be, and this is a little bit of a spoiler for those that are new to the celebration, but on the JP side and guaranteed on global side, this character will be free. I forgot she's not a breaker, she's a blaster, my bad. This character will be free. It's a double S unit which is going to work as an attacker. That's why I named it after a breaker, I think, on accident. But she's going to work basically as an attacker, and she's actually very strong. Not only is she going to be doing a 10 hit single target attack, but her base value when it comes to damage is very strong with a 30% HP damage modifier. I will have a video out in the future talking about a bunch of different fire teams, a bunch of teams that you can rock with this unit, because everybody will be receiving her. So I'll make sure to have y'all equipped and ready to be able to use this unit as fast as possible. Going into the next few things when it comes to this character, she's just going to be an overall really great attacker for everybody's account. So if you're missing a fire attacker period for this team that you're building, right, this is going to be the MVP unit of your account for sure. And although she is coming to celebration, is going to be free, so you don't have to worry about summoning for her, which is really great. Not only that, she has a couple of other common skills, none that I think are too important to talk about, I think, as of right now. But she is going to raise her own attack up, well, the parties specifically, by 10%, which is really nice. And then for her third limit break, which is pretty strong, increase skill attack by 25%. So although she's free, you could end up picking up copies of her while you are trying to search or pull for Kanade, which is really nice in all honesty, because her limit break 3 is so strong on top of her limit break 1, or her passive that is limit break 0. And then of course, adding on top, all these other characters are going to be able to boost her up. The next character is going to be Kanade, and Kanade is a very special attacker, and there's a certain reason for this. Not only does she hit pretty hard when it comes to her base damage, she also has a lot of hits, so that's really good for overdrive. Not only that, her EX skill is also going to give her self-light attack up, which is going to be very strong, of course, as many attackers do. When they have the ability to give themselves buffs that other units are capable of doing, then that means you are able to take that one unit you needed to, let's say, get that light attack up or get Mind's Eye, which we're going to talk about in a quick minute. You could slot those characters out for another team and bring an even stronger unit, or help diversify the buffs and debuffs you're adding onto your team. The next thing is going to be specifically the Mind's Eye buff that she's able to give herself for 5 SP, which is super duper strong. And another reason why you would want to pull Kanade is to be able to import not only this move, but I think also this, not SP recovery, my bad, it's just the Mind's Eye buff. The Mind's Eye buff is absurdly strong to have on a character to just give herself. So her being able to give that to not only her SS1 version, but in the future, the SS2 version, having two characters being able to give themselves Mind's Eye without the need for a bunch of other units, basically replaces that slot, or let's say Mua, let's say Sutama, let's say for someone like, who else gives mines? I think it's Minori, I think, if I'm not wrong. Those characters are able to be slotted out so that you're able to put somebody else in to give even more buffs. Let it be light crit rate, crit damage, light fielder, some type of debuffer, or some type of support to help the team even more so with not needing someone else to give them mind's eye. So this is a very strong character for sure, and even a better pickup if you are looking to pick up Kanade SS2. Not only that, she has the passive of light attack up for the party, which is really nice, and then not only that, she's also going to be giving herself light attack up on her limit break 3. So yes, limit break 3 is pretty strong in all honesty when it comes to being an attacker, or even the free-to-play attacker, and giving themselves a large boost just from their limit break 3, with of course all the stats included. The last character I talked about, of course, is going to be Irie, which is the S rank, which we're going to be getting in the first collab. This Irie is going to be very interesting because it has been brought to me that she actually has a lot of really cool skills to her, which is really nice. One of the main things is that she does have a full party heal, which is really nice to have on a healer for the most part. I know a lot of these full party heals on S ranks usually have some type of cooldown. I think Mua specifically has a cannot act for 1 turn if she does a party DP, and there's one Tama at the current moment as well that has a party DP recovery. This is really nice to have, to be able to give not only everybody on the team DP back, but also being able to get frontline defense up by 30 to 40%, which could of course help you tank numerous attacks that's going to be coming at you in the future. So not only will this be a pretty nice unit overall, but you also will be able to take this into the Astrium, which allows you to clear endgame content a little bit easier when you have to go in those rooms that are only S allowed or below. So that's actually going to be a really good thing to bring out. And for her limit break 3, she has a 30% chance to give overdrive gauge by 10%. I think this is really nice to have, although will happen infrequently. This is still something nice to occasionally see while you're going through your turns. And then for her limit break 10, it is going to be frontline attack up. Ooh, that is nasty. You get a 30% light attack, not light, you get a 30% skill attack up for the front line, which is really nice to have as a character. So not only is this S unit actually really good, she's gonna be able to work as a substitution of a sustain if you don't have any currently on your account, or if you're starting this game brand new. But that's pretty much it for a lot of the characters themselves coming into this event. I am very excited, and Kanade of course is going to be the MVP, while Yuri is going to be guaranteed for free. Very nice fire unit, really good light unit, and even a good substitution as a sustain. But let's go ahead and get into all the events that we're going to be seeing as well, with the first one of course being the Angel Beats collab story. Now this is something that I do want to make note of for a lot of people looking at this video, is that this story in particular, you want to get done almost as fast as possible, because not to rush it out, but you want to get it done before the event, because this is one of the few side stories that don't stay past the event. They are not going to be added to the archive where usually all the side stories are. This event specifically will just leave the game until the next Angel Beats collab comes back. So you really want to make sure, if you want to read this story or you want to experience this story, get it done within the May 16th to the June of 12th date that they have here. So you really want to get this done, and I think the shop as well included with this story event is going to also leave. So you want to make sure you're using the life stones that they're giving us and spending it on this when you get the chance, which is going to be really nice, but also it sucks that it doesn't get added to the archive. So make sure to get this done when possible. Not only that, we also are going to be receiving a new mode, which is going to be Arts Battle. I have seen how Arts Battle works. I am going to take the time when it comes out to make a video on how to play it, how to beat it, what's the best way to go through with this. So I don't want to just show you gameplay of the JP version and more so give you more realistic results with what's on global. That way I can give you the step-by-step on how this works for many cases where it might be a little confusing if I just like point and click at stuff, right? So we're gonna get a new Arts Battle, which is really nice. The next page is gonna of course have the banners. We are of course going to get the Angel Beats collab recruitment with Kanade and Yuri. Not only that, we're gonna get a paid course exclusive banner, which is going to be 10 steps. I have zero idea how this works. A 10-step banner is wild, I'm just gonna say that, but it does have Kanade and Yuri as well, so you could have a nice chance in pulling something nice that you particularly don't have before. As you can see, Yuina, Miko, and Tama are on this banner. These are very recent units as of late, and they're all really nice. minus the Tama for the most part. If you have Mua, there's no reason for her. But this does seem like a really nice banner. We're gonna have to wait and see how this 10-step banner looks like. We are, of course, guaranteed the Yuri after a couple days of the login for this event, so it is really nice that we are going to be receiving a double S fire attacker who has some pretty good stats, which is really nice. And then we're going to be getting a fire type recruitment. I don't think this is much of news for anyone. Doesn't really matter. It does have fire Megumi, which is nice, but you don't really want to waste your quartz on this. You might want to just go ahead and summon on the Angel Beats banners themselves. Now, one thing to note as well on this banner, and I might make a future video talking about of course Angel Beats and then some of the characters that are around it once it gets a little closer to the banner. This banner is a limited banner, and for those that don't know what that means, the limited banners are different from the platinum banners. The platinum banners are what we've been receiving since launch up until now, and this is going to be our first instance, if I'm not wrong, of a limited banner. And the limited banner characters, the way they differ from the regular characters is that when the platinum characters, or like I said, the characters that have been releasing from up until now since release, they all get added into that pool that if you don't pull the on rate character, you have a potential to pull them if their banner has already left for the most part, which is always a good thing. You could pull a brand new unit that literally released last week off rate on accident when you're trying to go for the brand new unit. This character specifically, which is Kanade 1 and Yuri 1, these two characters will not be going in that pool, and you will not be seeing these guys until the next Angel Beats collab comes back. So when they bring Kanade 2 and also I think it's Yuri 2 with Irie 1, which is going to be the first Irie SS, that is the next time you will be able to pull for these characters. They will not be available for tickets. They will not be available for any type of summons that are in the game unless they're inside the collab specifically for Angel Beats. So you really want to make sure that if you want these characters, and these characters are something that you really want, right now is the best time to pull for them. But of course, if you want to wait till the next collab, which is going to be farther in the future, there's also that option as well. But right now would be the very best time because they will not be added into the pool of the off-rate characters when their time passes. But that's pretty much it for the banners themselves. And for the, my bad, I was looking at other stuff right before this celebration came out, which is kind of insane. The next thing is going to be 150 free pulls, which is going to be a daily multi that we'll be getting throughout the celebration, which I think is really insane. And not only that, this includes every character that has released up until the Angel Beats banner. As you can see, Light Nina's there, SS2 Mia, Light Ruka, Swimsuit Yuina, we have Fire Fielder Megumi, and even the lightning enhanced Tama are all on this banner. So this is going to be a really good banner, and you have a high chance to pull something that you really like, which I'm very excited for when it comes to pulling hopefully SS1 Ruka. they're literally torturing me when it comes to not giving me that character, but hopefully one of y'all guys will get something brand new and even a more recent unit to be able to buff up your accounts even more. And this is even more a incentive for people to start the game. So if you have a friend that you want to try out the game, this Angel Beats collab is definitely the way to go. A couple of other things that we're going to be seeing besides the 150 free pulls, they're going to be resetting the top up bonus, which is of course the quartz having double for the same price, I guess you could say. So the $70 pack, if I'm not wrong, is 10,000 quartz. You get 20,000 quartz on your first buy. You are going to see that reset, so you could get another 20,000 quartz once this happens. If you are a medium spender or a heavy spender or maybe even light spender, and you really want to go ahead and top up as much as you can and get the most amount of value, those packs are technically the highest because you get double for what you're spending. And if you go ahead and clear out that shop, then you're going to get another reset, which is going to allow you to, of course, get double of everything until they top up, reset it again. So if you haven't already bought those packs, go ahead and do so if you want to, of course. And then we're going to be receiving another, I guess you say, event-ish type thing, where during each weekend of the event you can get 1,000 quartz by completing event missions. So this is going to go throughout the 2 weeks of this, if I'm not wrong, and it's going to be giving us 1,000 quartz each week, which is really cool. Not only that, we're going to be receiving a login bonus for Angel Beats, which is login on any 10 days to get up to 50 life stones and Angel Beats collab tickets, which could be used in the SS guaranteed Angel Beats collab ticket recruitment. And this is of course to get your free SS Yuri, which is really nice. And then throughout 15 days you are going to be able to get a free 10 pull with the 3000 quartz that they're going to be giving us, which is really cool. Again, another power training campaign as always that they give us, where they give us a crap ton of materials, and then the Angel Beats collab premium pack, of course, A, B, C, and D. A being like $70 with like 10k quartz, 10 pulls, a guaranteed SS ticket. Yeah, they like to throw a lot of those bundles. Those bundles are really nice. But other than that, that is it for all of the things that we're going to be getting for Angel Beats. I am very excited for the most part for all of these things, and this isn't even including the UI overhaul. This isn't including the buffs that we're going to be getting for 180-day celebration. So yes, I'm very excited. I'm very happy. But other than that, that is going to be it for this video. Let me know how y'all guys think about the celebration. Let me know how excited you are. And again, make sure you leave a like and a sub if y'all are excited. I'm going to be covering all of these things, all the new updates, all the different type of stuff, and of course live streams for the story itself. So I'm very excited to do all that. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. See you on the next one, and peace.